ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
NFL is kicking off Black History Month by not hiring any black people for any of those 10 head coaching openings. That was produced by the oddly named Black Monday, but that's not where we're going to start this weekend, this episode, Foster and Dave. We are going to talk about some other shocking news coming out of Minnesota, and this time it is not about a wrongful death, but the surprise firing of a black man. Dave.
Bad start.
You are our ears to the ground guy for all things Vikings. Can you tell us what the latest is in Skol land as it surrounds what's going on in your guys' front office?
Well, you guys both said, "Hey, what's up with the Vikings?" And I said, "What? Did I miss something?" And of course I hadn't. We'd already been about 3 or 4 shows into it. What happened was on January 30th, we wake up to the news that Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, our GM, who was given an extension, was fired. That left a boatload of questions. Biggest one, why? Oh, there's a whole slew of reasons for that. And then, who will take over for the draft? There's an answer to that as well. And all this stuff happened within about 24 hours. And it just blew up the Twitter sphere. And not only Vikings football, but also the whole NFL league. And the Vikings now look like the laughingstock of the NFL, which is not good.
Especially sitting next to the Packers. You don't take the shine off them.
No, it's not. It is what it is. Hey, the Wolves got together. They took what the first question was, why are we doing it now? Right? We were almost 4 weeks after Black Monday. And if there's generally 2 times or 3 times that GMs get fired. They get fired during the season, i.e. the team's so bad, what you've done isn't going to hack it. You're gone. We're already going to start the early search. 2 is Black Friday, right? Or Black Monday, that first Monday after the final game. And then 3 is after the draft. The contracts roll over. Most GM contracts run draft to draft. They're not like head coaches, which will go to the end of the season. They generally go to the next draft or through the next draft. Nope, that wasn't the case here. The Wolves are great and glorious owners who are not in Minnesota 100% of the time. They reside in New Jersey. Have to take a while to gather up exactly what happened and do their postseason evaluations. They did it. They interviewed a lot of people. And eventually they came to the conclusion of, nope, we're letting Kwesi Adofo-Mensah go. Was it the right choice? Yeah, I think most people think so. But it was a buildup of 4 years worth of football that caused it. Now, people ask, well, explain, David. He was hired as an outside the box type of GM. He was the first true analytic GM. He came from a Wall Street background, crunching the numbers. Everything was, all right, let's try it. We've tried everything else and it hasn't worked for over 50 years. We'll try this. So they hired Kwesi. Kwesi then tries to bring in Jim Harbaugh as his head coach, and that gets nixed by what I call the cabal. It's the part of the ownership group, not named Wilf, said, no way. We aren't having Jim Harbaugh. We're not going from one hard-ass coach in Mike Zimmer to another in Jim Harbaugh. So Kwesi reevaluated, and they went with the gushy, soft and cuddly Kevin O'Connell. Well, then came all the, we're cooperating, we're communicating, we're all this stuff that starts with a C that's supposed to make you feel warm and fuzzy.
Cuddly.
But did it? There was the first draft, and Kwesi admits he tried to bite off too much more than he could chew.
Hey, yo.
He made trades that were inadvisable with the division, no less. He traded down and got players like Lewis Seen, who's a bust, who's now playing in, I think, Canada. And there were other ones. And the whole 2022 draft will be probably gone this season. There's a couple hangers by. Jalen Naylor being probably the best one, and then Ty Chandler, which I suspect will be gone. But, so from there on, that was the 22 draft, I believe. They went on, and Kevin O'Connell, and then Brian Flores, because that first season was Ed Donatel. His defense was Donatel. Was fired. Well, they tried to take more control over the drafts. Well, they got better at it. We didn't know it was not Kwesi getting better, that it was KOC in the group taking more assertive action, but it was the coaches. So this year, when Brian Flores allowed his contract to expire, the holdup was he wanted, from what everybody's hearing, more defensive control over the draft. He wanted sole defensive control over the draft. I don't think, and they told him no originally. Well, that turns out he wasn't going to sign until he did. And guess what? He signed. Richest coordinator in the business. It's been reported at over $6 million a year. He is now the richest offensive or defensive coordinator in the season in the NFL. KOC supposedly got last year with his extension more control over the draft as well. So we now have the two coaches, offense, defense, KOC being the head coach, and we have a hole at GM. What are we going to do for GM? Oh, we're going to move Rob Brzezinski in the acting spot through the draft. Well, Rob Brzezinski's been with the team 25, 28 years. He's our money guy. Oh, he's great at it too. Absolutely fabulous. But he's going to run and be the point guy through the draft. Now, what was interesting, we found out that Rob Brzezinski did the trade for Adam Thielen earlier last season in all the process of this. That Kwesi was saying, no, it's not worth it. And the coaches went and bypassed Kwesi and had Rob Brzezinski do it. And we traded for Adam Thielen, which was good for the first few games. And it was a great PR move, but it then flailed out. And he went on to the Steelers to enjoy playing football again until he was knocked out of the playoffs and since it's announced his retirement. Well, the Wilf said they're going to go for a new GM search after the draft. that Rob Brzezinski is going to run it through the draft, be the point man, and the coaches are going to obviously select the players, with KOC most likely having final say. Well, if they're going to do that, what do they need a GM for? Are we returning to the earlier 2002 triangle of authority? Have we got a new one of those? When soon after the Wilfs took over, they put in Fran Foley as the GM. He didn't last long, but he was there. And they said Fran Foley, Rob Brzezinski, and Brad Childress were going to be the triangle of authority. Well, Fran Foley, after the draft, gets fired because of an indiscretion. And they upgrade Rick Spielman from VP to president of player personnel. And they kept this, quote, triangle of authority, but Brad Childress had overall say over the roster. We wonder if we're in a very similar situation. Whether Mark Wilf, as in his press conference, says, no, he wants to go with the normal GM, head coach type of format. But that's not the way they're set up. Now, are we going to be set up to succeed or set up to fail? Who knows? If you want to talk to a Vikings fan, I've been one since 1969 when I went to my first game. They have won a lot of football games, without a doubt, but they have never won the big one. So, is this new revised triangle of authority, if we want to call it that, going to work? Is new GM, whoever that is, that may be Peyton out of Denver, is what we're hearing. I hope not, but that's what it could be. Will that solve the problem of Minnesota always shooting itself in the foot when it gets close? Now, those were only parts of the things. There's the Wilfs sitting there watching Sam Darnold go to the playoffs, going
Speaking
to
of
the
that,
Super Bowl this weekend.
I was wondering, Dave, did that have anything to do with the change in leadership? Because let me quote your star wide receiver here. When asked, he said the team would have been, well, maybe the season would have been better if Darnold was still the quarterback. Wait a second. We already talked about Quayfield,
Crazy.
whatever it is. Quasi is him being relieved of duties in Minnesota. Is there a schism in that locker room as well?
Well, there was a post by a satire site that posted Justin Jefferson unfollowed JJ McCarthy, or or vice versa, one of the two, and it was a bogus satire site. But it makes you wonder. Now, Justin Jefferson has said some great things about JJ McCarthy, and he's his guy. And that's probably the case, at least until it isn't. But we're going to find out. Now, KOC, in his defense, said, hey, obviously 2 years ago, when we drafted McCarthy, I wanted Drake May. The Vikings originally offered him 3 first rounders, and they said no. They upped it to 4 first rounders for Drake May, and the Patriots said no. So we have Sam Darnold and Drake May, the two QBs
In the Super Bowl.
in the Super Bowl, and that KOC wanted to keep Sam Darnold last year. This all builds into the QB question. JJ McCarthy gets the rough start to his career, goes out meniscus, out for the season, his rookie season. Then comes in this year, and gets injured 4 more times. Now, did he improve over the season? Yes, as he played. But the question is, how much time did he play? It wasn't much. He still hasn't thrown 1,000 yards yet. And it's just like, you're crazy. When it comes to QBR, he ranks 42nd out of 45. Better than Pro Bowler Shedeur Sanders, but it's still not good.
That was unnecessary, Dave. It's Black History. Go on.
Hey,
Now,
take your wins where you get them now.
do I believe J.J. McCarthy could become a star quarterback in this league? Absolutely. He's got talent. He's got the ability. He can run. He can throw hard. He can do all sorts of wonderful, fancy things. It's just that he's got to get it, and he's got to get time to practice, to throw to his receivers, to play the games without having 50 people in his headset. He's just got to get the time and experience, and he may have a chance. Now, and I strongly believe that. Now, does that mean we're not going for a quarterback this offseason? No, it doesn't. But it is one of those things that help contribute to Kwesi's dismissal. Now, I'm sure you've both heard about the paternity leave.
Yeah, I was hoping that was the bogus part.
No, I would, well,
That was 2 years ago, though, right? Or
yeah, it was 2 years ago.
yeah.
Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah's having the birth of his first son, which is a joyous event. And if you can be there, be there. He asked the team for paternity leave, 2 weeks of paternity leave. And they said, yes, but you got to work from home. Well, he had his iPad with him. It's the middle of training camp. He's there to evaluate 90 players at least once daily, if not twice daily, plus any of the bottom of the roster guys they're shuffling in and out of Egan to take a look at. Well, he's at home. He's not available all the time. And all he's getting is particular film of the practices. He's not talking to anybody. So how is he doing his job? Now, with some old-time NFLers, that's not this league. If you're a GM, you're in one of 32 positions. Period. You're trying to be the best. You're trying to win as many games in the season as possible and hopefully take it through February. What do those guys that do that have in common? They generally stand out and they work overtime and do whatever extra thing they need to do to get it done. Unless you're some 20-year vet that's been doing it forever and have numerous Super Bowls under your belt, you're putting in extra work. Well, there's teammates and press around going, why isn't he putting in extra work? This is weird. Don't the Vikings want to win? Now, 2 years ago, we had a great season. We went 14-3 before Sam Darnold imploded at the end. But people are asking why? Why is it this way? Vikings fans are like, oh, come on, not again. How long is this going to put us behind the power curve? Knowing our luck, we'll come out and win 15 games next year. And then we'll come back and win 5 or something stupid like that. But it's just one of those things that has Vikings fans shaking their head as usual. Us old timers just have seen stupid stuff like this before. And we're wondering what the heck. And then we lose a bunch of coaches. And it took them forever to get new coaches. It took exactly 48 or 24 hours after Kwesi was fired, which everybody thought, that's different. But it is, yes, we're the laughingstock of the league. Game out of being in the playoffs, and we're the laughingstock.
Don't be too hard on yourself there, Dave.
Only in
Foster. Did you have any thoughts when you heard Adolfo Mensa being relieved of duties over there in Minnesota?
I mean, I definitely wanted to do my due diligence to figure out what was going on. I mean, it's all things considered, it seems pretty valid. I think the most glaring thing was the draft misses. You know, that's a pretty important thing. He passed up on, he traded down in a couple odd situations. He didn't get good compensation when he traded out. He was getting 6th and 7th round picks for pretty prominent players. And when you look at the names like Kyle Hamilton, Jordan Davis, Jamison Williams, hindsight is 2020, but when you look at it, it's like they might have been able to help. I mean, the one person that you can say that they hit on was Jordan Addison, and Jordan Addison is Jordan Addison. So, not his fault per se, but
no, he had one better draft pick.
Huh?
He's had one better draft pick over the time.
Well, Dallas.
No, Will Reichert.
Oh God, yeah,
our kicker.
Oh, come on!
It's pretty sad when your GM's
I'm like, who's that?
Selection is your place kicker.
Good hit.
Will the Thrill is fantastic.
That was early too.
Yeah, he's been here a few years.
Or did the Bears take a kicker or punter or who grabbed?
Oh, you did. The Bears did too, but
we're trying to forget that.
Hey. It all worked out somehow, kind of, sort of.
No, but of the draft picks, it's been horrible.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything that you all got going on over there in Detroit, with it being it's a very busy week in sports. You got the NBA trade deadline, Winter Olympics start tomorrow, and then there's this Bad Bunny concert on Sunday. So. Also a Kid Rock concert, oddly enough. But in any case, Dave did say that he wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings end up with 5 wins next season. But let's segue to the actual team that came in last place in the division for their latest news. Foster, Detroit Lions. I did say I appreciate you all keeping it on the hush-hush this week with all that's going on. So I'm going to let you spin the wheel. Which one do you want to talk about? You got Hutch up for Defensive Player of the Year. You've got that fan that got into a little brouhaha, a little fracas with DK Metcalf. He has filed a $100 million suit. And you had 6 Lions in the Pro Bowl. Which one of those you want to hit on there, Foster?
Let's talk about the Pro Bowl.
All right. Did you watch the Pro Bowl?
I saw highlights on Instagram.
Yeah, there you go. Let's talk about something else. You didn't watch that. I don't think anybody even knows when it came on.
I kept seeing stuff and was surprised. Like, oh, this is happening? Like,
it was on yesterday. Like, when did that happen? Like, wow.
Tuesday?
They changed the day on us? Yeah. Wow. Well,
I like watching the lineman, what was it? Dodgeball competition.
The dodgeball is actually a solid watch. I've seen that before.
No, I didn't watch that either. I missed it all.
And
that's probably the problem with the Pro Bowl. They advertise this thing pretty poorly, and you got to live through it with clips, kind of like Saturday Night Live. But what else there's going on, Foster?
Not a lot. I mean, you as you mentioned, he's up for Aiden Hutchinson's up for Defensive Player of the Year, and it was quite the comeback year for him. I think that we've kind of forgotten about the fact that he missed a big chunk of last year with a very gruesome injury. He played in every game last year, so he's bounce right back, and he is, doing his part to, earn up to the sizable extension that he received, 14 and a half sacks. Not too shabby from somebody that, there was, I don't know if there was major concerns, but we wouldn't have been surprised if there was a little bit of a slow, return. But I think he looked better than ever this year, and I'm happy about that.
Penny Smooth up for an award too.
Walter Payton Award, is it right?
No, it's the Protector of the Year award.
That's not a real award.
It's the Offensive Lineman Award. Yes.
You want to throw some shade on the big round bellies? Is that what you want to do?
No, I'm not throwing any shade. I've never heard of this award.
I've faintly heard it.
I think last year.
Yeah, it's new for sure.
Yeah. Not to say that the offensive line don't deserve some type of significant credit or some hardware for what all they do, because they're the real football players. But you need the awards got to build up a lather before they get their respect. You know what I'm saying? Lather counter.
Yeah.
Let's go segue over to the Bears, what they've got going on, the latest news in Chicago. So last week I was on here saying that, you know what, Declan Doyle, Philadelphia Eagles, not a good fit. Welcome back to Chicago. That lasted all of 72 hours, maybe not even that long, because now Declan Doyle is the offensive coordinator for your Baltimore Ravens. He's going to get to work very closely with a quarterback who is the same age as him, probably, maybe just a little bit older. I'm not even sure. They're both 29 years old, so shout out to Declan Doyle. If you had told me at the end of the season that Declan Doyle, Al Harris, and Eric Bieniemy, you're going to keep one, which one do you think it would be? It definitely wouldn't have been Al Harris, because it's looking like he's going to be returning to Chicago. After all, I thought he was easily the guy who's going to get the promotion, but NFL, funny business as it goes. But I'm not mad about that. Declan Doyle, wish you all the luck in the world in your future endeavors over there in the Charm City. Also, the Bears did lose assistant general manager Ian Cunningham to Atlanta. So we do have a opening in the general manager office. Shout out to Adolfo Mense if you're looking for some work. We know where you can find some work in Chicago.
And he got screwed out, or Chicago got screwed out of their draft picks.
Yeah, so the NFL does this thing where if you promote a person of color or a minority, well, if a minority or person of color from your team gets a promotion with another team, you're supposed to get rewarded that with some type of draft compensation.
For
Ian, right.
Assistant
Ian Cunningham,
head coach, and assistant or some sort of front office type going to GM. Yes.
Right, Dave. It's supposed to be an upward mobility type of situation going on in the NFL. I would think that assistant general manager now getting the title of general manager in another city will qualify for such compensation for the Bears. The NFL said, "Nah, you know what? You've got enough luck so far this season. you're going to have to stick with the picks you got." The Bears got nothing out of this, but and I think it was because it was some sort of tweak in the rule, because Matt Ryan is actually the guy calling the shots, and Ian Cunningham is just in charge in name only. He's not actually HNIC down in Atlanta, which sucks to say. So I don't understand the rule if that's the case, because Matt Ryan is not the general manager; he's the president of football operations.
Right, and if that's the case for president of football operations, Poles wouldn't have gotten it.
Correct.
Vikings
it was
got it with Adolfo Mensa.
It's a weird. It's none of it makes any sense, Dave.
I know it doesn't. I think you guys got screwed.
No, definitely got screwed because the letter of the law is that he got a promotion. He's got a pay raise. He got a new position, a higher position than the one he just came from.
Listed in specifically for that.
Right. And that's every general manager answers to the president of football operations. If that's the case, no one's really getting a promotion if they're still taking orders from somebody. And if you can go step past that, the president of football operations is taking orders from the owners. So do I have to be an owner to get the get the compensation here? What's going on with this? It was disheartening to find out that part of the information when that deal was uncovered, read off to us over here in Chicago. But congrats to I'm sorry, not Declan, but congrats to Ian Cunningham. Has been a long time coming for him. A lot of teams have been sniffing around trying to hire him for the last few off seasons. Him and Ryan Poles have done some, let me not say good work, but they've done some flashy things in the off season that's got a lot of attention. So I'm happy for him for the promotion, for the new gig, and I wish him all the success. Unfortunately, it does not work out for the Bears in the quid pro quo situation that it's supposed to. Right. Minor note for the Bears: Indiana is still in our business.
Yes, they are.
No, don't say that with so much glee, Dave. They passed some sort of Senate bill to create a stadium authority for Northwest Indiana, and the rumors are that the Bears, McCaskey, Kevin Willis, and all the informed parties have drawn a line in the sand for Illinois lawmakers, Pritzker and the rest, to either beat Indiana's deal or pound sand, if you may. I'm gonna put my head in that same sand and say I'm not listening to any of this. The Bears are staying in Chicago, and I'm not going to come off that whatsoever. But it is 2026. The Bears said they want to have broken ground over a year ago on the new stadium. So yeah, they're pressed. And this is where we've got to at this point of negotiation. So I don't like the way it sounds.
What are the details? Do you know?
Well, so far, Indiana is offering more than $1 billion in incentives. They are going to allow the Bears to actually own the stadium after 35 years. I think the Bears can keep upwards of 90% of the revenue generated out of being a tenant of the stadium, which is not uncommon, especially when you think of any other tenant situations got going on in professional sports. Jerry Jones, he keeps, I think, 95%. He doesn't own AT&T. A lot of people think he owns AT&T, but he doesn't. He paid up a lot of money to have it built, but he does not actually own it. Because it's smart not to actually own something that large, because then you got to pay taxes on it. So wink, wink. Rich people stay rich by getting around those loopholes.
There's only one person that owns his own stadium. That's Robert Kraft.
That's correct. So,
Ford stuff.
It's a nice deal out of Indiana. I feel like Indiana's not respecting themselves. That's how nice the deal is. They just met the Bears. They just swiped right on Tinder, on the NFL Tinder app, and they're already offering to pay rent. I mean, we ain't even met you yet, bro.
It's
just
Indiana,
relax. Though. Yeah, I know. They ain't got much going on. They have low self-esteem.
Bears got a ring to it, man.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Gary Bears?
Absolutely not. I would throw up in my mouth.
Yeah, Gary Bears is bad.
The Indianimals will not be coming to an NFC North near you. I promise you that. I promise you that much.
Now, from what I gather, Indiana has, by the end of February, to give the Bears their final offer.
That's Illinois.
No, Indiana has, by the end of this month, to give Chicago Bears their final offer saying, hey, this is what we're offering. $1 billion plus this, blah, 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 blah. Come here.
95, final offer.
And then the Bears are going to turn around and show it to Illinois and said, you got like a week to decide. Match it, bet it, beat it, whatever, or we're gone. So by early March, we may know.
I can see that this extends past March. Just the way the politics go in this state. There's deadlines get pushed back all the time here, so it could happen. I don't want to poo-poo the threat the Indiana is posing to Illinois, because the offer they're offering is really sweet. If you're looking through this through the lens of a businessman, you're like, man, I can't ignore this whatsoever. I gotta give it some type of consideration. But the Bears belong in Chicago. Full stop.
Supposedly, you guys are having a support meeting on the 11th. A Springfield kickoff. Bring Bears to Arlington Heights. They're going to meet up at a hotel or something there. Doubletree, Arlington Heights, to discuss it.
Whoa,
sounds like a good time.
Those are well. I mean, if you know the LS community in Chicago, that's also where they meet up at. But hey, listen, do what you got to do. I don't care what you got to do to close these deals, but the Bears cannot leave Chicago. Arlington Heights, I would actually settle for that. I don't want to go. In fact, it's actually closer. When I'm in Chicago, it's closer to go to Indiana than it is to go to Arlington Heights. But I do not want to go to Indiana.
Pretty close.
It's actually will be northwest suburbs. Let's see, where is it? No, half-hour drive south of Soldier Field, just over the border near Wolf Lake and Hammond, Indiana.
Isn't that where the Colts do a training camp?
No, that's way too far.
Or Terre Haute.
Terre Haute sounds closer to Indianapolis. In fact, that's where the jail is. That's the only thing I know about Terre Haute. Shout out to the chairman of the board. But
free to gas.
Free to gas. But yeah, to be continued on this. We've been talking about this for what, over, it seemed like a year and a half now.
Couple episodes. I mean, a couple seasons.
Yeah, man.
Well, at least
these stadium things are never. They never. Yeah, they take a while. It's like moving. It's like molasses, right? So, one more team to talk about in the NFC North before we take our break and talk about the Kid Rock concert happening on Sunday. Late breaking news out of Green Bay. The Green Bay Packers are trash. And there you go. There's our news update. We'll be right back after this break.
Need a Garrett's popcorn break.
What's on the menu for Sunday? There's Super Bowl LX 60 kicking off. You've got the Seattle Seahawks, who have been here a lot lately, and you got the New England Patriots, who've been here a lot lately. What are you all eating while watching this game? Assuming you're going to watch it.
Well, it's the Seahawks. We gotta eat wings.
It's right? It just goes. It's football. You gotta have wings.
You gotta eat something foul.
Me, I think. Let's see. You gotta have chicken. You're right, Dave. You gotta have chicken, but I don't think you can have a football party without nachos.
Yeah. And just to be different, I like wings and nachos, but just to be different, pizza. I love pizza.
Yeah, but not Jets though, right? You're gonna do it up, right?
That was the next thing that I was gonna say.
Come on,
light sauce, square pizza. Do they have Jets in Chicago?
Yeah, they've infiltrated. Jets is like the GDs in Memphis. They've crossed the border.
They
They
taking over.
infiltrated. They're not taking over. They ain't taking over.
What?
But
Oh yeah,
if you
yeah,
go-
yeah.
if
They
you-
won't take over. But
If you go up north side of Chicago, you see a Jets pop up here around the way. You're like, come on, man. There's too many. The franchising opportunities for Jets the buy-in must be real low because they popping up all over the place now. I don't like it. I don't like it. Encroachment.
Yeah.
I will cede to your expertise on that. I've never tried it. It looks like Papa John's to me. So
No.
I've had Papa John's one time in my life, so I wasn't impressed.
Thank
So
you,
I was
Dave.
going to
I
stay away
won't
from that.
No, Jets is not Papa John's. Not even close.
Not even close. he just. You say you've never
I know,
tried it
he's
because you're
slamming
avoiding it on
Detroit
purpose. You
style
don't want to. Sometimes something that you don't want to be good, you just avoid it. You don't want that to.
He
pollute.
prefers his tomato pies.
No. Don't get me wrong. Pizza is pizza. I mean, I'm one of the people that believe there's no such thing as bad pizza. Well, let me take that back.
Oh
There's-
no,
there-
too
there
much
is.
sauce will ruin a pizza
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, gas station pizza is bad pizza, but
Casey's down here
I don't.
They
In
sell-
St. Louis,
in the St. Louis area. They're in 17 states around the Midwest. And they are the fourth most selling pizza place in the country.
Casey's. So Midwest, but probably is none in Michigan.
They might be up there, but they started out in the country. Just a little
Okay.
podunk gas station, convenience store. And they started, I think it was back in the 50s, somewhere in there. Maybe that's when they originally started.
It said
In
sub
the
shop.
70s or 80s, they introduced pizza. They put a pizza oven in there. And the whole idea is they went to towns that were 2,000, 5,000 people or smaller.
Yeah, that
They did
sounds
not
about-
go to the big cities. Well, what happened with the big cities? Big cities grew,
Mhm.
and they had already had their
Established.
loyal followers. And so when they encroached on them, they grew. And their property prices went up. But they always wanted to start out where they were the only convenience store and pizza place in the town. And they make a good pizza.
I'm not gonna hold you. St. Louis got some pizza that I actually like. Emos. I love Emos.
The cheese combination is a little bit different than most people.
It's really cheesy.
Enjoy.
It's really cheesy. I like Emos. I like Emos. That's in the
Pizza.
that's pizza for the trenches. When you when you in St. Louis, that's that trench pizza. But I like it. I mess with it.
All right. We didn't went off on a. See
Well,
where I
other than
started?
Yeah. Hey, this is what you got to do. But this is the most important. This second most important thing when we get to Super Bowl.
We haven't even talked
Sunday
about the
is
game yet.
Food.
Well,
The food. The game is more important than the food, but the food is very important.
it is.
Now, about the game, are you all buying the narrative that the Patriots are the luckiest team to ever make it to the Super Bowl?
No.
Hmm.
Now they had an easy schedule, et cetera, and ball bounced all the right ways, et cetera, et cetera. It's worked, but no, they're not the luckiest team to make it.
Probably not.
Who would be the luckiest?
Oh,
A Tom Brady team, perhaps?
the Giants, maybe. Eli Manning
Ooh,
not getting hot into Super Bowl.
I don't know about that. I mean, they both times they run all their games on the road. I don't know if you could be lucky when it's three straight road games.
Yeah, but they were horrible during the season.
Yeah, they barely got in.
Yeah, it
They're
worked.
still
They were.
debating whether Eli should even make the Hall of Fame, even though he's got 2 Super Bowl wins. Both
He
against
shouldn't,
Patriots.
but he will. He will eventually. He shouldn't be, but we know where we stand.
You got to win the schedule that's given to you. They had an easy schedule.
Facts.
They were
gave-
bad last year.
Will they repeat and even get to the playoffs next year?
Probably.
I mean, it depends on how much you believe in Drake May. I do think Drake May is. I think he's legit. Do I think Drake May is as good with those type of weapons that he had around him? I don't think so. If you put a better competition in front of them, they probably do. In fact, I know they do not win 14 games. That part I'm very clear on. But the road they had to go through to get to Santa Clara was a little. It was lined in gold. It was like going to see the Wizard.
It's like, how many good quarterbacks did they play? All season?
CJ Stroud does not qualify. Does not qualify as one. And
did they play the Chargers? Or was
yeah, I do believe
that was it. They played the Chargers the first one. I don't remember.
But
I know CJ Stroud.
That many.
I know they beat CJ Stroud and beat Jarrett Stidham. I don't know who they beat in the first round. I forgot. Maybe it was Justin Herbert, who again, not a good quarterback.
But in 2026 season, they have the AFC West and they have the NFC North.
Yep, they play the Chargers.
It's going to be a whole lot tougher for them to win all those games.
BTA.
They're going to need to upgrade at receiver, because the fact that they got to that whole year and Stephon Diggs was a wide receiver one, I mean, I would have guessed that he was washed, but maybe not.
Hey, the thing. Hey, listen, this is why they should not have fired Adolfo Mensa, because you get a second burst. You get a second win when you have a kid. Stephon Diggs. Shout out to Cardi B. She got him playing some of the best ball in his life.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cardi B and the pink dust. They got old Stephon charged up.
Did you see the clip of where they asked him, "What's your favorite Cardi B song?" And he was like,
"No, I didn't see that clip. I
one of the old
headlights asked about the ring though."
Wow. Come on.
I only saw the one where they asked him about the ring. I didn't see the song one.
But hey, it's all part of the Super Bowl show. Now, if this was, say, Buffalo and Josh Allen versus the Rams, everybody would be hyped to watch it. Which quarterback's going to get their Super Bowl victory, first one, type deal, or cement themselves into the Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame, by winning the Super Bowl. Now it's just like, hey, we get Sam Darnold and a second-year player and Drake May. Could Drake May turn out to be one of those super stud quarterbacks that we talk about? Sure. But is he now? No. It's just like, wonder if Sam Darnold's going to choke. Wonder if Drake May's going to choke. Because Drake May's passing stats were relatively low all season. And he's just the schedule they had. So this game, people don't seem as excited as normal, or they could have been. I'm happy for both of them.
The last month and a half, it seemed like the Patriots have been winning in spite of Drake May. So yeah, I can see that angle.
Well, both have the defenses, especially Seattle.
Seattle special. Drake May would be the youngest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl, though.
And is the third one at that age to get there, I think?
I just know that Ben Roethlisberger is right now the youngest at 23 and 11 months.
Ben and what's his name from the Dolphins? Pro Bowler. Legend.
Marino?
Dan Marino?
Oh.
It's only one. It's only
but he didn't win one.
No,
he did not win his. He
lost. You mean he went?
He went against Joe Montana,
year, right?
Wow.
Yeah, 1983 rookie year. Never went back. Sad.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because when you said he went, I'm like,
rookie year, second year, one or two. But he did.
Ancient
he never went
history there, Foster.
They did a commercial. Okay, I think it was a Coke commercial. We'll see you next year. As the two quarterbacks are getting their Cokes. Never did.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that commercial. What about the Seahawks, though? I do believe that they belong in the Super Bowl. Quote, dismiss everything you feel about the Patriots. The Seahawks, they belong here. Even though both teams, they started the season long odds to make it to this far. the way the Seahawks have played this season, they are a legit contender. Has Sam Darnold done enough so far to dispel any notion that he's not a bona fide QB1?
Go find out Sunday.
Yeah, if he shits the bed, then they're gonna be back on his heels.
Well,
Even if
just going to the Super Bowl is not good enough.
He's going to be employed as a QB1 the rest of his career, but he will always have that question mark of seeing ghosts and the slow bus start and all that other stuff until he defeats it.
Especially if he loses to Drake May. Can't be losing to youngins like that.
Oh, I mean, what if Drake May is the chosen one? You know what I mean?
It could happen. First impressions are a big deal. And they both have to make them.
You're right there, Dave. You are correct there. First impression make a big deal because it seemed like Darnold cannot shake his first impression whatsoever. What do you all? Who are you all? If you had to bet right now, who do you think would win Super Bowl MVP?
JSN.
Well, they can't get
wide receiver, huh?
It would be tough, but
JSN very well could be the guy, but it's going to depend on Sam.
It will depend on Sam, and so it kind of should go to him. But
well, it depends. I mean, Sam throws a 15-yard crosser over the middle, and JSN runs for 60.
Yeah,
and does it 2 or 3 times, and give it to JSN.
Damn, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So much for that good defense in New England.
This over and under is what, 120, something like that?
Yeah, but they likely won't be missed tackle and long runs.
Yeah, I'm gonna stall the Patriots defense out. I think they're legit enough to have some type of scheme built up for them. But I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm picking the Seattle Seahawks to win the game. I know. Very, very, very shaky limb there, Pay. I know.
Right. Bold.
And a bold take. But the reason why I think the Seahawks will win, and I think JSN is probably the easiest pick to make for the Super Bowl MVP is because, one, I don't want to see Vrabel do that to himself. I don't want to see him do that.
550 for MVP.
Wow. Really?
And they've got current yards, receiving yards, 93.5. Well, reception 6.5. Longest reception 27.5.
No love for Kenneth Walker III, huh? Aren't you a Sparty fan there, Foster?
I am.
Not a very good one, I take it. No love for Kenny.
Fan, not a
Kung
stan.
Fu Kenny. Okay, all right. I mean, that's fair. The Seahawks are 4.5-point fave, total 45.5. If it goes the way the odds makers are putting it, it should be a good game. But we all think Seahawks are a better team. But do you think this game's gonna get out of hand?
I think so.
Oh wow. I think it's gonna be a defensive struggle. Actually, I think it's gonna be something like a 17-10.
I think it's going to be like 17-35.
Wow. Okay. All right.
See,
you got
no faith.
Darnold.
No faith in the Patriots.
Not against that defense. No.
You know what? Ramondre Stevenson and Trayvon Henderson, he came back to earth lately too, but I don't know, man. I think they can control the ball a little bit.
Yeah, running game. If they can get that going, that will help. The
Vrabel's experience in this game has got to account for something.
Seahawks will be without Charbonnet. He's on the IR, so that's going to put more of a burden on Mr. Kenny.
Hey, he want that bread, don't he? His time. It's his time.
That's how he gets it.
Over under. Plus 5, plus half. Touchdowns. Kung Fu Kenny. Foster.
You said, oh.
Will he score?
Yeah, I think he scores. He scores.
Very definitive. I like that. Stamp the table.
He scores. I don't
What about
talk
you, Dave?
that,
You
I don't
think
talk
he
that,
scores?
that parlay talk, man. It takes me a minute to process.
I see.
so the wheels turning.
What about you, Dave? You think Kenny Walker III scores a tutty?
I doubt it. Well, no, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
No,
goal
he'll score
line.
one. He'll score one. He'll run one in.
You got them scoring 35 points, and it's like maybe the running back gets a touchdown.
Right.
Yeah.
Like who's that? JSN's gonna score them all, obviously. Maybe Cooper Cup, But
He sees that MVP trophy.
Okay, all right. I mean, it wouldn't be the first wide receiver to win an MVP.
has it been a
Shout
while?
out to the
I would
ask your buddy Gronk there, Dave. When was the last time a wide receiver won the MVP award? Because the only one I could think of right now was my man out of Michigan, Desmond Howard. That's the only name that's coming up to mind right now.
That was a long time ago.
Desmond Howard. Wow.
Because he had the
Names
punt
from
return.
Past.
Yeah.
Um,
Hit him with the Heisman.
who was the last?
Let's get a score prediction there, Foster. What do you think the score is going to be?
Ooh. 28-14 Seattle.
Late touchdown for Seattle to put it out of way.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a
Yeah,
close
I think
game.
it stays close. I think it's going to be close. Seattle's defense is good, but the Rams and them went. I mean, not the Rams' offense is better, but I mean they weren't just shutting them down.
Huh.
But the Rams,
last non-quarterback QB to win the MVP is playing tomorrow. Chris Cup.
Cooper Cup.
Cooper Cup. Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago.
The word playing.
22. He's now on
The word playing is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
But that's interesting though, because so he won it over Stafford.
Yep.
So that makes it more possible.
Oh yeah, he
I
made
think
the
it would be
game-winning catch. Yeah.
the game-winning pass.
Well, I mean, yeah, true. But no, if you remember that catch, it was like one in a million type catch. So
I'll have to look back.
it was
at
something like that.
Pause.
Prior to that, it was 2019.
That was crazy.
And Julian Edelman, New England.
Okay. Brady.
Uh-huh. And then
so receivers win it. Yeah, JSN.
And then 2016 with Von Miller. Defense guy.
On the Broncos?
On the
Or no,
Broncos.
that's the last place he went.
Yeah, I remember.
No, that was the Broncos.
Well,
Was it the Broncos?
it was Cam didn't jump on the ball. He gave it to Von Miller twice. No diddy. No little rod. But all right, last question before we get up out of here. Which halftime performance you watching? And this is not a hard question. You watching Bad Bunny or are we watching Patriots?
Patriots.
Is that even going to be televised while I'm asking this question? What channel is that coming on?
Yeah.
Now there's alternate Super Bowl halftime shows on various other networks.
So there's two concerts. There's the Bad Bunny concert, and there's the Jason Aldean, Kid Rock. Shout out to Detroit. They've got their own concert. That's what you all tuning into up there in Detroit? Kid Rock, the Kid Rock show.
I don't know. You might miss something. The Bad Bunny concert might be something crazy happening.
Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm not gonna watch either. Well, I mean, I might have the game is going to be on the one that's playing on the same channel as the game. That's what's going to be on. But
that's Bad Bunny.
Will I be paying attention to it? No. That is. I get in line for the bathroom. I refill my drink. I get me some more pizza and more wings, and then I come back and the game's on. Well, I might
go
check
out for the Super Bowl, like to bars.
Depends on where I'm at. It depends on where I'm at. Come on, you got it. Sometimes you got to feel it. I mean, sometimes you got to be in the in the atmosphere.
Maybe if my team was in it, that would be lit. But other than that,
speaking of, 20 years ago today, the Chicago Bears was in their last Super Bowl, and I was definitely outside for that one.
No.
Where was that game here? You talking about who they played? I don't remember what the game was. I think it was in Arizona, if I'm just going off the top of the head. But the Bears did lose to the Indianapolis Colts in that game 20 years ago today, February 4th, 2006. We'll be back. We'll be back next year. Don't worry about it. It happens in 20 years. It was 40 years ago. The Bears was in Super Bowl 20. 20 years ago, the Bears was in Super Bowl 40. It's time. It's time.
That'll be
history like to repeat itself.
Keep dreaming.
Well, I mean, we all got a dream, Dave. Like you got a dream of the Vikings getting there at some point. Yeah, same thing. You also got to get there at some point.
Since our last one.
6 years?
50.
Did you say
76.
Oh, 50. Oh, yeah, all right. 70, 76. Okay. All right. Yeah. Not that long ago.
Better to have been, I guess.
Dave, what's coming up with I know you all had a lot of content on Vikings versus Skull this week with a lot of stuff to talk about, but what else do you have coming up on Vikings versus Skull that everybody's watching can check out?
Well, tonight we're going to release to our members only Skull Search, 3 corners. And it's going to be fun. We're going to listen to Tyler Forness's top-ranked corner in this draft, along with one of his favorites. And that's between Will Lee, Avion Terrell, and D'Angelo Pons. And then tomorrow night, we'll have a real 4-0 show. I've already forgot what he's talking about. Oh, coaching changes impacting the team. What of our new guys are going to impact the team? And then Saturday, we'll have 2 O-bloggers, or Sunday, we'll have 2 O-bloggers, 11 o'clock in the morning, and then you'll settle down and watch the Super Bowl.
And that's all at Vikings versus Skull. As you see on the screen, if you're watching live, go ahead and check that out. Type it in just like as you see those listening on audios, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your pods.
And if you want further information on Kwesi's firing, we've got quite a few shows up already. Just go partake and enjoy our frustration.
I know all about frustration. But Foster, what's going on Bleachers and Speakers? I know you all have got a lot going on as you circle the wagons, Detroit Lions, Detroit Pistons, so on and so forth. Pitchers and catchers are about to report soon. What can everybody check out going on with you?
Well, we finally shot the episode grading our last 5 draft picks, so that's something that you guys can check out. But moving forward, we definitely have to get into our draft coverage for this upcoming one in April. And we just got some interesting news about Kirby Joseph. I haven't really looked into it quite yet, but about his injury situation. So that could definitely impact what the direction that we go in moving forward. So stay tuned for that.
I heard you say grading your
Yeah,
last
like
5
you.
draft picks, and I was
Dra-
wondering, you're just
Class.
now getting to it?
Classes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. So look in the past, not
It
picks.
only happened last May.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I guess it's best evaluation after the year, right?
Possible.
It's a
Yeah.
redraft. Nothing wrong with that. But as Foster said, you can find that at the Bleachers to Speakers channel, as you see on the screen right there. Detroit Lions podcast. They do great work. Not a bad follow whatsoever. And if you're looking for Packers content, you can find that at your nearest landfill. But over at the First Rate Chicago Sports Fan channel, we are going to be circling a lot of Chicago Bulls trade fallout. They have pretty much dismantled the entire roster, and we've got to break that down. Do not miss the NBA trade deadline show on Thursday. It will be live at 6:30 Central right here at Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. And always, we will be talking Bears football as news breaks, and we will be getting into the Senior Bowl breakdown. That will be coming up sometime next week, so be on the lookout for that. And like I said, Pictures and Catches are reporting soon. Got Cubs and Sox content on the way as well. But Dave, what do you guys say up there in Minnesota land?
Well, first off, I see you're only 10 members away from hitting 1,000.
Almost. We are
got to push
locking in.
Offer a free Garrett's popcorn or something for the 1,000th member.
You know what? I like that. You know what? Everybody is watching. Go ahead and share with a friend. That tell that friend if they're that 1,000th member. Go ahead and I will reach out to you, and you got to make your subs public. Obviously, I will reach out to you. You can get a free 10 Garrett's popcorn on the First Rate Chicago Sports Fan channel. We will appreciate that.
And you can find me over at Vikings First and Skull. And in Minnesota, we say Skull Vikings.
What's going on in Detroit? What they say?
That was weak.
Honolulu Blue. That's how it comes down.
One ride.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
The Bears.
Thanks for listening to this latest episode from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Don't matter if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watch it on Twitch or YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And to all the guys from Chicago, we say 3 things. Bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.